All right, guys, so we got to talk about a Hollywood celebrity crying homophobia because a LGBTQ movie about gay men flopped, right? It flopped at the box office this weekend, and this guy is pissed. He's upset. He went on a wild Twitter rant, basically saying, if you ain't a homophobe, go see the movie, okay? Similar to how Viola Davis basically said that if you don't go see Woman King, then you must hate women, right? You don't want to see black women, so-called women of color, succeed in Hollywood, okay? It's amazing how these actors love lecturing their fans and trying to insult their fans just because fans aren't going to see their movie or they don't want to see their movie. Absolutely incredible stuff. And this movie that flopped is called Bros. And the star of this movie, Billy Eichner, I think that's how you pronounce his name, decries homophobia after dismal opening. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play the trailer for this movie, or some clips from the trailer, so you guys can get an understanding of what this movie is about. However, if the clip is not there, it's because of copyright, right? So if it's not there, I removed it because of copyright, and the link will be in the description if you want to see the trailer. So let's go ahead and roll the clip.
Hey guys, it's Bobby Lieber coming to you from the future home of the LGBTQ plus museum. Everyone is really excited and totally getting along.
This happens to be Bisexual Awareness Week, and no one has acknowledged it.
Lesbian History Month was in March. Nobody said a goddamn thing.
Of course, lesbians get a month and we get a week.
Did you guys have an announcement? This is a little unexpected, but we are in a throuple situation.
You're in a throuple? Let me tell you what's progressive now. Being alone.
I love my life. I love my freedom. I love my independence.
That's kind of sad.
That I don't want to be in a throuple? I don't even want to be in a couple.
Bobby, I had sex with that 65-year-old.
Jesus, he's ripped.
I know, it's like they injected steroids into Dumbledore. Oh my God, that's Aaron. He's very hot.
Gay guys are so stupid.
I know. But we've been smart enough to brand ourselves as being smart.
It's our little secret.
All right, so as you can see there, that movie is interesting, right? For a variety of reasons. Doesn't look like something that I want to go see. Okay, I'm not going to pay more money to see it, but I'm sure there's a market for this stuff because the woke revolutionaries told us that people want to see more LGBTQ content, right? So if that's the case, then the market should confirm that hypothesis that, hey, there is a market for this, that people want to see this. Except that's not what is happening here. So let's read about this. Actor Billy Eichner didn't hold back when taking to Twitter on Sunday to comment on the dismal box office opening of his new comedy, Bros. The Universal film, which marks the first gay romantic comedy released by a major Hollywood studio, debuted to a dismal 4.8 million after doing little business in much of middle America and the South. So you guys can already see what the tone is here, what the angle is from this article, okay? Those homophobes in the South and in the middle America, they didn't want to go see this movie. That's why it flopped. Quote, everyone who isn't a homophobic weirdo should go see Bros tonight. You will have a blast, and it is special and uniquely powerful to see this particular story on a big screen, especially for queer folks who don't get this opportunity often. I love this movie so much. Go Bros. Universal has stayed in the comedy business even as the genre struggles theatrically and increasingly becomes the purview of streaming. Among the studio's longtime partners are Bros producer Judd Apatow and director-writer Nicholas Stoller, who helmed the film. The studio was lauded for taking on the project, and Bros was embraced by critics following its world premiere at the 2022 Toronto Film Festival. It presently boasted a glowing 95% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. Audiences also liked it, giving it an A cinema score. Well, of course, the woke reviewers were going to like it, right? They can't give this a Rotten Tomato, okay? They can't do that, okay? Otherwise, they'll be called homophobic for it. So you know they're going to get the highest scores possible. It's the perfect movie, according to the Hollywood reviewers. Yet the opening was even worse than expected. Heading into the weekend, tracking had suggested it could earn between $8 million to $10 million. So it didn't even do half that. Rolling Stone already has Bros on the list of the best comedies of the 21st century, actor said in the same Twitter thread. Quote, what's also true is that at one point, a theater chain called Universal said they were pulling the trailer because of the gay content. Uni convinced them not to. America, F yeah, etc., etc. Yeah, so this guy thinks that just because a liberal magazine, Rolling Stone, said that this is the best comedy of the 21st century, people are automatically supposed to see it because it got its stamp of approval from liberals, right? Again, that is how these people think. They say, well, all the liberal news sources and outlets agree that this movie is amazing. So it must be homophobia, racism, sexism. It must be one of those things as the reason for people not wanting to see my movie. It can't be because people are simply not interested in this stuff. And see, what really gets me about this is that if there was as large as a market as these people claim for so-called LGBTQ content, this stuff will make money, right? They will be making money off of it. Obviously, there's not even a large market for it, even among LGBTQ people, right? I'm just saying. So don't point the blame at Middle America or the South for not going to see this movie. Point the blame at yourself. It's the same argument I use with these women in WNBA who complain about not getting paid as much as men, right? The so-called gender pay gap, which is a myth. Well, don't blame men for not showing up to your games. Blame women. Women are the largest consumers in this country. I mean, there's generally more women than men. Women don't want to consume women's basketball, right? They would rather watch men play basketball than women. Because again, if women were support each other as much as they wanted men to support women, then the WNBA players, they would be getting paid the same as men. They would. That's the reality of the situation. And the same thing here. If LGBTQ support each other as much as they want everybody else to support LGBTQ, movies like this wouldn't flop. But again, Netflix, they had the same issue. And I said this when Netflix was going through the whole trans backlash with Dave Chappelle. I was like, look, so-called LGBTQ content doesn't pay the bills, right? It doesn't make money. People don't watch it. There's a very niche market and audience for it. It's not as big as these people think. Again, even LGBTQ people don't want to watch this stuff. So when you're forcing companies to put out content that's unprofitable, that shows that you're not concerned about the company's profit motive as much as you're concerned about your political agenda. And you should never put your political agenda over profit, right? Or your political agenda is going to be out of business, okay? That's just kind of how it works. Ask CNN. Bros' top 10 markets were all in New York, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. It did decent business in several other major cities, including Chicago. Otherwise, it has been a buzz so far. Hector himself went to an LA cinema Saturday night. Quote, last night I snuck in and sat in the back of a sold-out theater playing Bros in LA. The audience hall with laughs from start to finish burst into applause at the end, and some were wiping away tears as they walked out. It was truly magical. Really, I am very proud of this movie, he tweeted. Okay, so if you're so proud of it, then just be proud of it and leave everybody else alone, right? Don't sit here and try to shame other people for not going to see your movie that has, gay content or whatever, right? People aren't forced to watch this just because it's LGBTQ, right? I never even heard of the movie. Maybe the marketing was bad. Even though I have heard of it now, I still wouldn't watch it after seeing the trailer, especially after seeing the trailer. But that's not because I'm homophobic. That's just because I'm not interested in movies like that. Right? I'm just not interested in movies in general, period. Okay? So, hey, here we go. Once again, we have another Hollywood celebrity trashing fans because fans are not interested in their content. Again, amazing stuff. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.